This is the Scalper's Gold update for May 17th. Again, this is the YM continuous contract, the daily chart here. Again, we had our long signal here back on, I think it was March 3rd, 69.68. Here's our first stop. Our next stop here didn't get hit. Finally did get stopped out here at 82.29 for about 1,200 points to the good there. But this is also a trend has turned from blue here to neutral, and so that is a potential short signal as well. So we're going to have to watch this now. Remember last week we talked about how we were getting a couple of weeks worth of closes above this daily 5 period, and we finally noticed that we closed below that last week, and that was a bearish sign, and things did sell off down to like we expected, down to the 13S, our bull bear line here. And then we got our Scalper's Gold short signal at 82.29, which was also a stop on the long. So we'll have to see. You got some support here, this 8,200, and then of course the bigger support down here at 8,000. So we'll have to see if we kind of got to close above the 13S, close above it here, at it, and then below it on Friday. So we're going to have to see if this short signal is going to get some fall through, or if we're going to start, when we kind of get to this 13S, we may consolidate around here a bit before the market once again, similar to what we got here. If we go back here, we had this up move, and then we had this consolidation around the 13S before they made that next kind of move up here. And then we've got this trend here started to roll over. And we're going to have to see if this gets more consolidation and another leg up. We haven't been able to get to this 8,500 area. Has been an issue. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. But let's take a look at the weekly. So at the moment, things are looking a little more bearish than bullish here. Now, in the weekly, we had our weekly market structure low here. That triggered long, got a few hundred points up to this 8,500 area. That was that initial resistance, and then they, pretty much retraced a good part of that. Now we still closed the week out last week above the weekly 5 period. So we're kind of looking for the same situation that happened on the daily. We want to see, do we get a close this week above or below the 5 period? And also, if they do, we'll probably test this 8,000 area, this 13S bull bear line in the weekly. So we're going to have to watch that, and we also have this weekly, looks like market structure high is formed. And we got a short trigger down here, so we're going to have to see if this week they come down and trigger that short and test this area here. If not, it's possible this week that here's the break to the upside. If they can come up here during the week and break to the upside and get a move to the upside, break through that 8,500, eventually on the weekly test that 9,000 area. We'll see. And then finally on the monthly, okay, again on the monthly we had our nice V market structure low bottom that triggered long. Now we got a little, a few hundred points of follow through before it closed. We still closed higher than the prior month's close, so buyers are still in control here on the monthly. So we're going to have to see if we get this kind of pattern. It's similar to what happened. Well, kind of right in here. We have this market structure low here, and that triggered long back there. Got a little bit of fall through, pulled back, kind of made this market structure high, which ended up triggering short, and that was all she wrote. So we got to be careful if we start seeing a lower high next month like this, and then that triggers short, that's when we could have some problems here. So if they're going to continue the upside, they got to take that 8,500 out, and maybe they pull back a little bit this month, and then if they got to continue this next month and start testing, we'll see. Two scenarios that we got to watch. Anyway, that's the daily, the weekly, and the monthly scenario. Let me bring in. We don't talk about the stocks too often, so let's bring a nice candidate in here. This is MGM, which is MGM Mirage. It used to be, a few weeks ago, $11, $12 stock. It's about a $7 stock now. But this is our Scalper's Gold program, which works very well with stocks. This happens to be a pretty good stock to trade because it trades like a stock that's 3 times its price, and some of the moves that it captures. Anyway, here's the open New York Open back here. No signals here yet. Get a short signal here, but the trend is long. When it's blue, it's long, so we ignore short signals. And a long signal here. Took about a 8-cent stop. Went long here. Here's your stop here. You could have actually probably taken that one short since the trend went to neutral, and got a little bit of fall through there, but the stop there, another probably 8-cent stop or so there where this blue dot is. Okay, but then you're keeping your losses small, you see, but this one fires is $7.67, this long here. Okay, trend was turned neutral here, which means we can take longs or shorts and then eventually turn blue, which is what you want. And that went, got our first stop here, that wasn't hit, and our next 3 stops here weren't hit until finally got taken out there for about 50 cents, which is nice. That was 6% move almost on a $7.67 stock at the time. So some nice moves in MGM. Let's take a look at another little long signal here that went for about 20 cents. Let's see. Looks like these didn't go. It was kind of a break even there. Short and here that didn't go anywhere. Very small stop there where the dot is. Got a little bit there. Then here's a long here at $8.16. Got to $8.45. So a decent move there. And a short signal at $8.28. It went against you, but your stop was up here, and it didn't get hit and rolled over. So you made a nice little profit there. Anyway, and here's a short at $8.12. This was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just after 2 o'clock. And that came down. First stop was at $8.12, which was the entry. That wasn't hit, and that rolled over very nicely. Got, let's see, the low of the move anyway was, what is that? $7.73. So about 40 cents or so in there. Anyway, so look for these, especially if you can get the Scalper's Gold program, trade it with the stocks. It's going to help you cut the losses short and let those winners run. And a stock like MGM does pretty well for a small price stock. Anyway, hope that's helpful. Hope you have a good evening. We'll see you again next week.